Falcon fans, and of course, Eric Parker.
Hey,
We in the building.
Up?
It's going down
What's
in a
going
major
on?
way. Hold on a second. Okay, now I'm ready.
Yeah. Put your grill in, put your chains on. We got Kirko in this bitch.
In that bit.
Kirko Frost,
Let's
Frost,
go.
man.
And call me
going
Bodie
down.
Bling. Put my name on the screen, Jack. Put my name on the screen.
I got you. Bodie Bling on the screen. T Will here, Eric's here. One time for the fan. Episode 177. It's a beautiful day today in Atlanta for those that's been watching football. We finally got our quarterback, but we also have our special guest here too as well. Kirk Cousins ain't the only big thing going around here, right? Ain't the only news being popping around here in Atlanta. We got Eric Parker
Big
live
head.
with us. In
We
the
went
studio
big.
talking Falcons football. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. What's good, man?
Colin, we're good with you, bro. We went big today, so I had to put on a big hat.
It's going down in a major way. Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button. I know you're probably sitting there watching like Monday podcast. It's a quick pop-up podcast because we knew something was going to happen today. We talked about this last night on the podcast that within 24 hours, something could shake. And our whole agenda of speculations and rumors can change to, holy shit, we got our guy. And it did happen today. T Will is also here with us one time for the fan. Bodie Bling is here with us one time. Yeah, look at that boy iced out. That boy iced out.
Hey.
Already. Been waiting for time. I used to pray for times like this.
Hey, used to pray for time like this. T Will, buddy, how y'all feeling though, man? How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday here in Atlanta?
Feeling good. Hey, feeling great. My little brother is on here. For those of you who don't know, Eric Parker is my little big brother. I think I kind of messed it up. I think he's LBB. Wait, which one am I, Eric? Am I BLB or am I LBB? Which one am I?
You big little brother. You big brother and you little.
Right. Okay. So, my bad, y'all. I'm BLB and you're LBB, right? You're little big brother. Okay, I messed it up. But anyway, hey man, my brother's on, so it's a great day, man. I get a chance to do a podcast. My brother and I have probably been talking Falcons football for 14 years. This is our first chance to actually be live on a podcast today. So I'm excited about that. And we got Kirk Cuzzo.
Kirko Frost, man. Kirko Frost, man.
Hey,
I'm excited about that as well, y'all. I really am. So I'm excited, man. Bodie, go ahead, man. I don't want to take away from you. Go ahead, sir. I see you bling on, Bodie. I see you blinging.
I mean, you see it. I'm excited, bro. There ain't nothing else you can say. We got a quarterback that can make every throw in the book. Throw in the book.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. I just start there. I'm excited.
All right, y'all. Falcon fans, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You know, I'm over here doing my dance and shit. I'm doing the Kirko. Cranking that Kirko in the stadium week 1. Going for 467 yards, 5 touchdowns, no picks. That's what the stats say. But Falcon fans, I understand. Kirk Cousins, that's one bit of the news we got today. You know, they get signed to tight end too as well. I believe Charlie Warner was just announced recently. Big shout out to Michael Rothstein and the whole crew, all the Falcons journalists and everybody who's reporting news. But yes, Charlie Warner is also in the building too as well. But let's go to Kirk Cousins. Eric Parker, we got to start with you.
Hey.
A lot of rumors, a lot of speculation going over the past couple of days, past couple of weeks about who the Falcons could bring in, who could be their next quarterback. And then today it was announced Kirk Cousins is now in the building with the 4-year deal. Eric, here's your thoughts on the Kirk Cousins move for the Atlanta Falcons.
We had to go that way. That was the smartest thing to do. You needed a quarterback. You needed a legit quarterback. This tells you that the Falcons in win now mode. They didn't want to go take a chance at another second, third round quarterback because see, you had 1, 2, and 3 that's not trying to trade their draft picks. That's right. 1, 2, and 3 not trying to trade their draft picks. So all of your hopes on drafting the quarterback, that's out the window. You can't go get 1, 2. You can't make these folks trade their picks.
Agreed.
Russell Wilson did not contact us for the people that wanted Russell Wilson.
Agreed.
He never contacted us.
Not even in the book and writing, not at all.
Yeah, you didn't see nothing. You ain't seen nothing about Russ coming here. So That's irrelevant. You can't look at, well, we could have got Russell Wilson. No, we couldn't have, because Russ is a free agent. Russ decide where he want to go, and Russ ain't talked to us.
Right.
I don't think, now, nothing against Russ, because I mean, you gotta give it up for the family man. He being a family man first. Russ is not trying, from my opinion, I don't think Russ is trying to move his family closer to the future. I don't know what's going on with the whole situation. I ain't in this shit, but I don't think he was trying to move closer to the future. Mm-hmm. And Russ really don't. Everybody that's talking about the culture, Russ didn't fit the culture. Russ a country singer. Russ
Kirk, as you can see, Kirko fits the culture, baby. Shout out Kirko.
Kirk out here with
Kurtwood
and everything. And then if you look at the top passers since 2019, shit, Kirk up there with him. We got a good quarterback. But it wasn't, what else was you gonna do?
Right.
Wait on Justin Fields? And then the whole Justin Fields thing, to me, now I know some people like the Justin Fields idea or whatever, but to me, Justin Fields was another project. It wasn't saying win now. Mm-hmm. It was saying I still need to fix this quarterback. Mm-hmm. We got rid of right there that we need to fix if you want to do that, but I'm sure most of us agree that we didn't want to do that. Correct. We wanted a quarterback to play quarterback right now.
Correct.
We got him.
Correct. Go ahead.
Go ahead. On you now.
I was gonna let them know you can hear the energy from Eric right now, because he's explaining to fans where we stand as a fan base when we needed a quarterback. The Justin Fields move, you would have had to wait until Wednesday. Didn't think you want to give that up because Kirk Cousins probably would have been gone before Wednesday. Then you're looking at the rookie move where you don't know if you could have been able to trade up. And that's why we talked about different scenarios. And you guys know on the podcast, we talked about different scenarios. We never agreed on one thing. We opened up the book to different scenarios, right? And one of the scenarios was grabbing a veteran quarterback in free agency because you couldn't wait for the draft. People in the chat knew that. People that's been listening to the podcast or listen to other podcasts or just how they think as Falcon fans kind of knew that. It was going to be difficult to get to the draft, not have a guy in the building that you knew was going to be your future, or at least get you the 1, 2, 3 years that the Falcons were going to go, that type of route. Kirk Cousins seemed to be what they were looking for. The rumors, as you can see, were true. And now Kirk Cousins is in Atlanta. For the Justin Fields move, I that was going to be tough for that Wednesday situation, even if the Bears decided that they were going to keep him or, if let him go. We didn't want to wait till Wednesday. So I see why the Falcons made that move for Kirk Cousins. But NFL.com had it, the top 100 free agents. And for his age and his injury, Kirk Cousins was the number one free agent available this offseason. Number one. So the Falcons got the number one free agent on the board. I understand he's 36, 37. And Falcon fans looking at the contract. But as we can bring it up here quickly on the share screen, we love using this. Falcon fans sometimes, they overlook the stats because it's really big. And Falcon fans look like, what did we pay for? Well, you paid for this. Falcon fans, am I blocking anybody on the screen? I don't know if I'm blocking. Okay, good. We're all to the side. All right, good. You're paying for this, Falcon fans. Last year, before you got injured, 18-5. 8 games in on the season, 2,300 yards, 100.3 ratio, man.
Man, somebody just told me stats weren't facts.
I mean, stats are very important because what are they bringing this guy in for? And you got to look at the elite processor, some of the things that they said that they were looking for. It kind of describes Kirk Cousins now. 4,500 yards last season, on pace for 5,000. 4,200 yards the year before that, 33-7. Falcon fans, if you get this right now last season, you're in the playoffs.
You're in the playoffs.
If you get this right now last season, you're probably in the Super Bowl.
You're in the playoffs with a bye last season. With the bye. So yeah. I think what's funny, right? Because I talked to 2 Falcons fans today, and both were like, Kirk Cousins, and my initial response was, okay, well, who else were you going to sign? Well, I don't know, but Kirk Cousins, and I think it's important, and we've been saying this, guys, you have to live in the world that is, not the world that you dream of. Guess what? Pat Mahomes wasn't available.
Right.
Josh Allen wasn't available.
Thank you.
Right? Of all of your choices, Kirk Cousins was the prom queen. That's the best you were gonna do. If we're being honest about it, hey, I like Justin Fields, but Justin's been injured. He's missed 20% of his games thus far. So if you sign Justin on a 4-year deal, let's say you have him for 4 years, that's 12 games he's gonna miss. Because he's a mobile quarterback, he's a running quarterback. He doesn't have the skill set that Kirk Cousins possesses, right? That's number one. Number two, you want to talk about the Achilles injury. Achilles injury was a freak injury. It was not contact related. And the probability of it happening again is only up by 3%. It's a rare injury.
Hey, with that being said, though, everybody and their mama wanted Deshaun Watson a couple years ago after he'd had a couple of Achilles injuries. So now it's important. Come on, man, quick.
It's cool. We got big brother and little brother on the podcast. I think it's cool. You guys can actually run the fucking podcast tonight.
That's real. That's real.
No,
That's real. We can sit back and watch. For real.
No. Hey, it's fine. Bodie, what you got, man? I'm sorry.
No, you good, bro. Man, you good. This is the day of celebration, man. Look, I mean, everything y'all said was spot on. Like Eric said, you can't hate on that if y'all was sitting up here lobbying for Deshaun Watson a couple years ago. Hell, a lot of y'all was lobbying for Deshaun. Exactly.
I wanted Deshaun. I'm not mad at nobody that did want Deshaun. I'm not hating on you for saying that. But you can't do the same. You can't turn around and now you don't want him because he had the same injury. Man, get out of here.
You can't change the narrative to fit what you want.
Right.
Is what you're saying, right? So in other words, if an Achilles wasn't if an Achilles didn't matter with Deshaun, why does it now matter with Kirk? Why? Right. Because he doesn't fit the narrative. Let's be real. Let's talk about
because they're gonna keep going and be like, oh, he's 36 with an Achilles.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, then we can hit the contract thing. Last year they wanted to give up the whole house for Lamar Jackson.
Supposedly, yes.
And here's the thing about that contract, guys. It's essentially a 2-year, 3-year contract. So it's for
that 30 year, you're looking like
million.
You might have to go.
180 million is there, but only 100 is guaranteed. He's going to get 45 this year, 45 next year, and 10 the third year.
Right.
So for those of you who are concerned that we're going to have until 40, not necessarily.
We can not necessarily. It's really a 2-year deal because we can eat them 10.
Yeah, we can eat 10 for sure.
Correct.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, the 2-year deal, we can eat it. But that's the thing, people. If he do get that whole 180, that means he's balling. He gotta be. I mean, we not going. That means he's balling. That's a good thing for us. Y'all gotta think.
It could be. Hey, if he wins 4 Super Bowls in a row, it could be 188. I think there's a provision where he gets like a $2 million bonus for each Super Bowl he wins or whatever.
Yeah.
So if it ends up being 188 million, hey man, the Falcons have done things nobody else has done. They've won 4 Super Bowls in a row. But hey, let's just work on the first one now. But I'm saying it's not a bad deal, man. And I'll take a high average annual value if it's a short-term deal. Because if you need to, you can get out of this in 2 years. You know, it ain't like we're hamstrung for 4, 5, 6, 7. You can get out of this in 2 years. So I like it.
And then look at it from the coach's perspective. Do you want to put yourself in a position, like Eric said, with a project, trying to build a project up? Your first year coaching, you trying to build up a project to maybe make it, to maybe do well. But go get the goddamn commodity. Go get the guy you seen it do for 10 plus years. You know what he got. He had an injury, blah, 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 blah. Okay, there's a risk in everything you do in life. There's a risk in every quarterback prospect we could have went to get. Okay, I'll take my chances knowing that Kirk is going to give me 4,000 yards, almost maybe 30 touchdowns.
30 touchdowns. And under 10 interceptions.
Interceptions, maybe. Like,
Agreed.
So I'm happy. This is the best possible thing that could have happened.
Exactly. I agree.
It was the smartest move too. It was the smartest move. What else was you gonna do?
Correct. That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept telling I'm like, and the funny thing about it, when you get emotional, I can't have a conversation with you because you're not dealing with fact, right? When you're like, yeah, but and when a person tells me how you feel, no disrespect, come with some facts, please. Let's talk facts. How you feel is irrelevant. Let's talk facts. This man has thrown for 4,000 yards for the past 5-6 years. You can book that. You can book 30 touchdowns. You can book under 10 interceptions. If we'd have had that last year, not only would we have a bye, we probably would have won the first playoff game.
Facts.
Right? So you can't
yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions before you went down.
Right. But you can't. The one thing about Atlanta that I wish people would stop is, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say it. I love Michael Vick. I do. But Vick is gone and he's not coming back, y'all. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. I love Michael Vick. I love Matt Ryan. Because you know what? I care about the name on the front. Right? They're both great players. Michael Vick is not coming back.
Yeah.
He's not. Get over it.
Incarnations that
Get over Get over it. Get over it, right? Because I want to win a Super Bowl. I don't care if my quarterback is boring. I don't care if he's exciting. You know what I care about? The confetti after the game. You know what I care about? I care about respect for my franchise that me and my brother have been watching for damn near 50 years. I'm talking about him because I'm 54. But point is, we'll never get there if we get caught up in myopic details like, well, I don't want to win because I just don't like this particular quarterback. Come on, y'all. That's just silly. And we gotta grow past that, Atlanta. We gotta get past that.
I want to see Kirk like this after the game.
Absolutely. 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 But let's go, man. We got our guy. Let's get behind him. Let's get behind him. Let's not do the stuff where when he throws a touchdown, some of y'all are secretly happy. Let's get behind your guy, man. Let's do it. Kirk Cousins is a Falcon. Let's do it. Let's get it.
It's the same shit I was saying. It's still some people out there saying we should have got Jalen Carter last year. We not finna live this shit.
Right.
We're not finna do
this.
Correct. We got Bijan Robinson.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
We're gonna stick with that.
Correct.
Okay. And if it ends up being a mistake, Lord forbid, whatever that shit. No, fuck all that. We got Bijan. That's where you need to be. That's where everybody need to be.
Correct.
That's what it is. We got Kirk and we got fucking weapons, and we're getting more. We're getting more. We're not done.
You. Hold up, Bodie. Say that again, please. Say that again.
We got Bijan, and we're getting more weapons.
And we got weapons, right?
We got weapons with them, and we're getting more weapons.
Here's the thing. The weapons we got right now are affordable. Yes. So while we have these affordable weapons, let's get them a quarterback that can get them the ball. Because we should somebody said we should apologize to Kyle. I think Jack said that, and he's absolutely right. Because without Matt Ryan's first year, who has he had getting him the ball? Who has Drake had getting him the ball?
Thank you.
This was one reason why I'm disappointed. And Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button. I know you guys been rocking with One Time for the Fan for a long time. I'm furious about this. Chat, you can react how you guys want to. And I don't want to take my shades off, but I'm damn well furious about this quarterback situation, why they did this. They never called me to even try out for the team. Right? And this is where I'm really upset. I have this throw. Right? Hold on. No, don't do this. Don't do this. This is my time. This is my moment. Atlanta Falcons, if you listen, you get tagged. This is my moment. I have this throw.
Moment to mute the.
I've been talking about it for a while. It's 80 yards on the run.
80 yards on the run, y'all.
So 80 yards on the run. 80 yards on the run. It was a cold, rainy day. It was a cold, rainy day.
Hey, it's a travesty of justice right now, Jack. It's a travesty of justice, I'll tell you. Tell us
Canadian football league didn't even call you, bro.
Normally, I don't play quarterback. I was playing safety, and coach said, "We're down a couple guys. Could you step up?" and I did. But yeah, that 80 yards on the run was epic. But I didn't get a call from the Falcons, and I'm disappointed. So you didn't have to pay me $100 million.
Now, was it raining? Was it raining when you did that 80 yards on the run? Was it raining? Was it in the rain? Was it in the snow?
You see this?
It was in the rain. It was a cold, rainy day in December.
Okay.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it. He had leg weights on and everything.
Cement feet.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. You're talking about moves that the Falcons are making when you're talking about weapons. We're adding more weapons. Well, let me present something else to you. We love going to the share screen because StreamYards allows it for us. Charlie Warner is here in Atlanta, Falcon fans, on a 3-year deal, right? Not this guy. He's with TurboTax. This guy right here, Charlie Warner. And if you're looking at Charlie Warner now on a 3-year deal, a tight end now, if you've seen his stats, you're wondering, what did the Falcons just do? Well, more so, it looks like Charlie Warner may be your blocking tight end.
Correct.
From some of these stats where Kyle may be used now more in a receiver role. A 3-year deal for Charlie Warner. Remember, not this guy. Charlie Warner, a 3-year deal, right? So for Falcon fans now, you got a guy coming in from San Francisco, Raheem Morris, getting a guy from Kyle Shanahan's system, right? Because he's also been in that system too as well. But he's getting a tight end who maybe could possibly get his first touchdown here in Atlanta. But the blocking situation, the blocking scheme for Kirk Cousins is going to be very important for Kirk Cousins' age and the injury. It actually goes to, I'm thinking down the line, Eric, you're looking at preseason. How much do you play Kirk in preseason due to the situation of the injury too as well? So it's something to look at here, Falcon fans, where
we know what Kirk can do. I said, for what? We know what Kirk can do. We just need Kirk to get healthy. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. All right, it was a little bit lagging. Let me close this page. That guy right there is lagging.
Yeah, you good, E.
All right, go ahead, buddy. Yeah, so for the Charlie Warner situation, you're getting a guy who could possibly come in here and be of that blocking tight end role, making Kyle Pitts now be more in a receiving role. So for Falcon fans, you could get your 1,000-yard Kyle Pitts back, right? You could get Kyle Pitts that's shining with 4, 5, 6, 7 touchdowns now, because Kirk Cousins is the guy that's going to spread the ball around, right? You get a healthy Kirk Cousins, you're going to get a guy who's going to help take this team to the next level. As you're looking at other weapons the Falcons can bring in here, they do have a little bit of money to spend. So on both sides of the ball, I expect the Falcons to make some type of move going this week where Falcon fans could just be, excited on another level of, wow, we not only got Kirk Cousins, who is a decent quarterback. Let's be real here. He's a decent quarterback, right? You got Kirk Cousins. Now you can go add some defensive talent. Now you may go get your wide receiver too. Some people that we haven't even talked about here on this podcast, I'm sure the Falcons are looking at right now in the war room where they're at, because you're going to add some weapons around Kirk to make sure that he can get the ball out. You definitely want to make sure, if CP's not going to be here, you got to get a solid running back 3, because Tyler Algier is going to tote the ball this year. Bijan Robinson is going to tote the ball this year. You got to get a solid running back 3 too as well. Charlie Warner, don't see him much in a pass catching role, but wherever the Falcons going to put him on that 3-year deal, he's going to be here for a couple years. So maybe Charlie Warner is a guy who can, with this blocking scheme here for the Falcons, knowing that he's just a tight end. I mean, the offensive line still has to be a little bit better with Kirk Cousins. You have a pocket passing quarterback now. But then again, Jake Matthews was here with Matt Ryan too as well. I believe Chris Lindstrom too as well was here with Matt Ryan. So you got a guy that, they understand the pocket passing quarterbacks. I know this league has shifted to more of the mobile role, but Falcons, this is the role that the Falcons want to go. They saw elite processor. They saw a veteran. They made the move. Bodie?
Let me say this. I know people were like, well, damn, we cut Jonnu Smith and then we signed this guy for probably similar, kind of close to what Jonnu was making. This is a different offense. And people got to realize
$12 million.
You're not going to see the backup tight end catch fucking 500 yards and 6 touchdowns. It's not going to happen. That's not the type of shit. It's going to be, Kyle Pitts is going to be the focal point at tight end. He gonna damn near get 1,000 yards if he don't get them. Like it's gonna be back to rookie year when he had Matt Ryan type shit. Okay. And so we shouldn't be looking at it like oh yeah, because I had several people tell me, yeah, well damn, we can cut Jonnu Smith and why we no, this is a different offense. So we
Drake
finna get
ain't
some good receivers. We about to get some good receivers in here because we're gonna have to get Kirk some weapons to throw.
and Drake ain't never had that quarterback.
Never.
Right.
Never. Because
Right.
Drake
Drake
was
about to
stuck
go
with
off.
Mariota rookie year and goddamn Ritter last year.
Right.
So
Drake about to go off.
I do
Yeah,
have a
that's
funny
crazy.
feeling Drake. You're looking at Kyle. If Kirk Cousins is putting up 4,200, 4,300, 4,500 yards, let's just say he's 100% healthy this year and he gets his 5,000 yards. You're talking about Bijan probably over 1,000, Pitts well over 1,000, London over 1,000. I mean, the way that Kirk Cousins can move this ball around, and this is not Arthur Smith's offense. So we want to look at Zach Robinson, what he did with the Rams too as well, being in that war room with them. So, hey, Eric?
I said, I might get 1,000.
Shit. Not EP can get there and run some routes too as well. They need a number 2. They need a number 3. They need a number 4 and 5 wide receiver. But if you get the offense you need, the Falcon style offense with Raheem Morris, with who was on the Washington Commanders coaching staff when Kirk Cousins was drafted, by the way, for those that do not know. And then you got Zach Robinson, who was with Raheem Morris in LA, working with Matthew Stafford. You can see why they went with the Kirk Cousins route because of the success of Matthew Stafford. Maybe this is the moment, Falcons fans. I'm not sitting here looking to the future like, Jack Spade, you can't say that right now. We didn't even play a game yet. But think about the Rams when they traded Jared Goff, who took them to a Super Bowl, and then they traded him to Matthew Stafford, who hadn't even won a playoff game. Look at the move. Goff took the Rams. I mean, not he took the Rams like he's the number. Like, there's no iron team type shit. No, it's a team. It's a team effort. But Goff was the quarterback of that team, and he helped take the Rams to the Super Bowl. And then they traded him for Matthew Stafford, who hasn't even won a playoff game. And in the first year, he goes and wins the Super Bowl for his age and put up 41 touchdowns. So maybe you can get that type of offense. You have Raheem, you have Zach Robinson, you have a couple other pieces from the Rams. I'm sure they're going to look in the free agency this week and say, hey, there's a couple guys we can bring over here that we know. But right now we're 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months out from all this, playing out. But maybe who knows? We could win a fucking Super Bowl here. I'm just going to try to keep it real. With all this rumors and stuff, the rumors are out the door now. Now we got a quarterback, and his stats have shown that if he gets the ball out, if you protect this guy, he's going to move the chains. The good thing about it here, Falcon fans, is you have a team around this guy that you already knew about before he even got in the building. You knew Bijan was that guy. You seen it. You knew Drake London what he is. You see Kyle Pitts. The weapons are there. You just needed a quarterback. The Falcons valued Matt Ryan at an all-time high level. Don't be surprised when you see Kirk Cousins in the building now. They want to. It wasn't even about the league is getting younger. XYZ. Do you see what Matt Ryan did with the Falcons? If Kirk Cousins was available years ago, if Matt Ryan wasn't here, they probably would have went after him years ago. I mean, they paid this guy $100 million at his age. But you're going to do a lot going forward this season. You got to get him ready during training camp. I'm sure they're going to go through their evaluation of how close to 100% he is. But for me, I'm not going to be upset. I named a list of quarterbacks who I think could end up here in Atlanta. Justin Fields was on the list. Russell Wilson was on the list. Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and Kirk Cousins was on the list. I talked about this for weeks on this podcast. So now that they mentioned Kirk Cousins, all right, I'm going to find a way to win as a fan with my new quarterback. What T.O. said? That's my quarterback.
My quarterback, man.
That's my quarterback too.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you this, Falcon fans, without all the dancing, the gold teeth, and the jewelry, all the memes that we're all putting up, when it's time to go play football, Carolina's looking at us like, holy shit, they're about to beat the crap out of us.
Especially now.
The Saints are looking like, oh my God. Derek Carr,
That's right.
That's
right. Brian Burns is gone. Hey, man.
Brian Burns is gone.
Fuck out of here.
Bryce, I haven't even seen much news from Carolina this week. Now they might splash it up.
They signed a guard for $100 million.
You better get some protection because we about to sign some heavy boys in the middle. We getting cheap.
So what?
It was $100 million.
Yeah, that was the total contract.
Don't nobody want to go there.
Sheesh.
Nobody else want to go
and
there.
Jack's paid for it. Sheesh.
Falcon fans, I don't want you to be worried
for the guard.
I mean, if they're going to pay that much money for a guard, Carolina's always been asked. Now that we can confirm it before the season starts that they're truly asked. But that's the Panthers organization. They believe, Eric, as you know, we're in the Panther Falcon group. They believe that they're going to come out swinging this year. Oh yeah, new head coach, new this. But we're not hearing that. There's always been some big brother, little brother type shit. LBB, BLB type shit. That's how it is with the Falcons and the Panthers. Some little brother type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You over there, you fighting with the Saints, and then somebody like grabbing your foot, like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? The little brother type shit. So when you're looking at the Falcons now, you're looking at a team who has their quarterback.
I do it.
What happened, Terry?
Don't even do that. I'm not the average little brother.
Do it.
No, not that one.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna do it.
Don't put me in the little brother.
I knew he was gonna do it.
DLB, that type of shit. Like, no, that's little brother type shit. I'm talking
Jack,
about, you know.
Jack, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
All right. So this had to be about 8-9 years ago. My mom was in town at the time. She may have been living here, but she came over, and Eric's mom and stepdad came over, and Eric came over. So it was me and my son, and Eric and his son, and our sons are about a year apart, Eric?
Yeah.
So we were playing backyard football. It was me and my son against Eric and his son. It got so contentious. Our moms were like, "Stop it."
Mm-hmm.
Who won?
You said who won?
Who won?
I don't remember, and it doesn't matter. That's not the point of the story.
Eric keeps record. I guarantee he keeps record. He ain't
That's not the point of the story, Mr. McPetty.
Story work.
That's not the point of the story, Mr. McPetty. Because lest we not forget, you cheated. That's why they broke the game up, because we were arguing, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. But anyway.
Hey, Jay, a lot don't give a damn. Who tell
it? Who tell it?
What you say? He lied.
Eric, we want to know who won, though. Who won the argument?
Who won?
Hey, you won on a technicality. On a last-minute technicality that they just broke up the game because we were arguing because you wouldn't give me my point. I don't remember what even the argument was about.
But did you win, though?
You said what?
But did you win, though?
You won on a technicality. you won on a matter of fact, the game is under protest, darn it. It's under protest. Anyway, go ahead, Bodie, man. You look like you're about to say something. Go ahead, brother.
No. I was just listening to y'all story. That's funny, man. That's funny.
Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. But Marina, are you tired of trying to refurbish players? That's all we've done the last 3 years. I know a different regime, but it's still time wasted. Anybody wants to comment on that too as well before we go to the next comment?
I think the key point is life, like everything else, is about timing. Guys, we have 3 weapons that basically we're paying no money to, right? 4. You got Tyler, you got Bijan, you got Drake, you got Kyle. You're not at some point you're gonna have to make a decision. So while you have these players here and those weapons, why not give them an offensive resource that can get them the ball? The Falcons may score 30 points a year. And honestly, if we had Kirk Cousins last year, we'd have won 12 games, scoring 30 points a game.
Yeah.
We'd have won 12, 13 games.
Swept the division.
Hey, I get the point. You know what I mean? But again, Pat Mahomes wasn't available, people. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We gotta be real. Yeah.
You gotta be real. And to Eric's point, you weren't gonna get one of those top 3. You weren't gonna trade him. Like, what were you gonna do? You gonna blackmail him? You're gonna
Like,
send
look,
somebody in the exec's room and take some pictures. I mean, how were you gonna make them trade? You weren't gonna be able to do it. So you know who you were gonna get? You know who you were gonna get, Bodie. You were either gonna get JJ McCarthy or Michael Penix or Bo Nix.
And you can still get them.
yeah.
You can. Well,
probably in the second round.
If you go in later rounds, you can look at a Joe Milton too as well.
Yeah. And Joe Milton has an arm. That's
one thing I want Falcon fans to look at, because Joseph Avery, Bodie, this question is gonna go to you. I got a couple questions. Chat is going crazy, man. So it's gonna be lit tonight. But one thing you can look at here when it comes to the draft, the Falcons now having their quarterback, it's not a rush to trade up in the first round. I know Falcon fans said it. Oh, we still can trade up in the first round, right? I wouldn't do that right now at this moment, honestly. After seeing that it is Kirk Cousins, I would rather get my guy at 8 if it's going to be, and I'm going to throw it out there. I mean, Smitty has mentioned on the channel. I think a couple other people have mentioned on the channel that a wide receiver at 8, who's going to be your wide receiver 2. I could see it because of what he's doing with Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. Don't forget, Justin Jefferson was a guy who was like, please keep Kirk Cousins here. Yes, 36-year-old Kirk Cousins coming off an injury. Please keep him here. You heard the comments from Justin Jefferson, who is a star receiver in this league. But Falcon fans, because I talked to a Falcon fan today, and he was like, well, we don't have a Justin Jefferson, bro. I said, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I said, bro, but go look at Drake London's stats the past couple of years with the quarterbacks he had, right? And go look at what he's done. Go look at Kyle Pitts, even coming off the injury, and what he did with Matt Ryan, and of course with Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke, and what he's done. And look at our team, how we was built. It was damn near a sack, a quarter, a play away from making the playoffs with 2 quarterbacks who probably won't even be here next season. And then you add a guy who now, and for Falcon fans, look at this. We haven't had a 4,000-yard passer in years. Since Matt Ryan, Falcon fans. And that's why the Kirk Cousins appreciation now starts to go around from the quarterbacks that appreciated Matt Ryan, because it's like, oh my God, we got a guy who can actually play quarterback. That's where fans are going with that on that type of level. No knock to Desmond Ridder, no knock to Taylor Heineke, but the Falcons just spent $100 million on a quarterback.
Because they had to. And look,
that was totally different.
The bottom line is you weren't going to get him without that. And this is the going rate, y'all. I mean, Dakota Prescott is going to get $60 million. You can book it. And I just need you to really think about that.
You said it.
If Baker Mayfield got $33 million
last night on the podcast,
$33 million
to be way more.
Baker Mayfield got $33 million. Dakota Prescott is going to get $60 million. So, in some sick and twisted way, this is kind of a bargain. I know it sounds stupid what I said. I know it does, but let's think about it, right?
Be true.
Let's really think about it. Hey, this is where the market is going, man. This is where the market. I mean, Chris Jones got what, 30 million pass rusher?
Christian Wilkins
30 million a year.
Christian Wilkins got paid today.
What you said the Panthers just paid their guard?
Hold on, let me look it up.
Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. So for Falcons fans,
look it up.
You see how the Falcons are moving, but let Terry cook. Let's build this team. Quick question for you here, buddy. I know we're getting ready close to be to 9 o'clock hour. Joseph Avery, for you, Bodie. Hey, fellas, what to do now that the quarterback issue is settled? I hope that we take one of those edge rushers at 8. What y'all think? I know Terry and Coach Ra is going to cook. Bodie, as you're looking at the Kirk Cousins situation now, how's your draft changed for you?
I'll say this. It's just gonna, the rest of the free agency got to play out too, because we still got some cats out there who can get the job done. Like Danielle Hunter. I'm praying, wishing. Yeah, bring your teammate here, Kirk. Or your former teammate.
Amen.
And you know, there's even a 24-year-old Chase Young that people really kind of gave up on right about now. He did get 10 sacks last season, right next to the Bosa twin brother. It's we could go either way. It just depends. Let's say a Malik Neighbors slips to 8. That's gonna be tough. He's a burner. He's probably he's probably the most technical burning receiver in the draft. Like I know Worthy's in the draft. I'm talking about just best all around burning receiver in the draft. But I mean, it just depends on the situation. I'm okay with Turner. I'm okay with even getting uh maybe a Chase Young or Daniil Hunter and still drafting Turner. You can never have enough pass rush.
That's
So
true.
I mean, we're in a flexible position. What if the Vikings want to trade up to 8? We could trade back. I'm all for trading back. All for it. Because if the Vikings really let's say they love JJ McCarthy, they might want to trade to 8. And I will take that deal. Because I know we're gonna probably get a day one pick or a day 2 pick out of it. Maybe even a first if they're desperate enough. You just never know. We're real flexible right now. I don't think we need anything. I mean, of course we need pass rush, but I think we're in flexible position. Who's to say the Falcons number one pick on the board is Dallas Turner? Like their board might not even line up that way. You never know. So.
Going to off Bodie's point right here, you can spend a bunch of money on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
You best believe that draft is very more important for Terry and the crew now.
Yeah.
Because they can spend a shit ton of money on Kirk Cousins.
We're flexible.
Yeah.
So now that number 8 pick,
mm-hmm.
you might be at 11 or 12.
Yeah, and to Bodie's point, we need multiple receivers right now. Like the only guy we have signed is Drake.
Mm-hmm.
So we need what you figure with their system, Bodie. You were saying in the chat, we need 4 strong receivers.
I think we need at least definitely 3, but need to be 4 deep. I said.
Yeah.
With Kirk Cousins, now you kind of look. Do you want to sign a rookie early and put him at the 2, or do you go get a veteran to add with Drake? Because Drake is technically going into his 3rd year, so you kind of got a guy that's familiar with what is going on here. It's not like you're going to get a guy that's like, I don't know the system type shit. I mean, it's got an experienced quarterback, a veteran, and then Drake London. So do you add a veteran, Terry, or do you add a rookie, or who would you put at your number 2 with Kirk Cousins at QB?
Good question. I think you at least draft 2 receivers. I think you have to.
Absolutely.
You draft 2 receivers. You probably sign one of the guys from last year, and one of our receivers. I can't think of names right now, but one of our receivers. You sign 2, you draft 2, and maybe you sign 2. Now, as far as which is which, I guess it just depends. But the question for me is, guys, do we draft a receiver with pick 1? And if so, do you think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be there at 8?
I don't see it. Not at 8. No, the kid from Washington might be there at 8. But not Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
The Cardinals is
Doomsday?
Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, the Cardinals. It's tough to watch the Cardinals just not let Marvin Harrison Jr. slide past them. But then again, let's just say Fields stays with Chicago. Then it'll probably be Marvin Harrison Jr. probably off the board first. Caleb goes 2 to the Commanders. 3 is Jalen. Somebody trades up to 4 and takes Drake May.
If they want Marvin or something, or if they want a receiver, if they got to resort to picking Marvin first, I think they would trade back before they do something like that.
Yeah.
So
if Dallas Turner is
that would be a misallocation of value to pick Marvin first. I like Marvin, but not first.
I'd love to see the Falcons be active in this draft to where you made a move that's unpredictable. Like you traded from the 8 back to 12 because somebody called you up and then you collected more picks. So now you got that 12. You probably got an extra 2nd or an extra 3rd. And it's like, whoa, where did this come from? You snagged the Jared Verse. You got another pass rusher. Right now, we can't fast forward it. But the Falcons are being really smart right now with getting a quarterback first and locking that down. We talked about this. The GM wants his coach. You go get your coach. Then the coach, this is coaching staff in place, new OC, new DC, new strength and conditioning coach. And then you'll get your quarterback. That's your reward. You go get your quarterback. So the fans that wanted Ritter was like, no, Ritter could start. Ritter could play here. That was tough to see because when you get a new head coach and a new staff, it's like we want to reward ourselves with our guy.
Yeah.
And you might think about it like Kirk Cousins is the guy. Well, they paid $100 million for this guy, so yes. But it does strike fear in some of the teams in the NFC South to know that Baker Mayfield, who won the division last year, over a game over us from the Bucs, he has to look and say, damn, I mean, the Falcons, they played well last year with Ritter and Heineke, and now they just got a true veteran quarterback who in the NFL would say, that Kirk Cousins guy ain't no joke. when you go play Kirk Cousins, be probably prepared for a guy that's going to pass for 25, 30 times a game and put up 300-400 yards. He's done that.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the quarterback that's going to escape the game with a win and randomly come away multiple weeks going 13 for 22 for 164 yards. That's not happening. And we saw that shit happen multiple times here in Atlanta. Well, we came away with a win. Like, what's the stats? Damn, he went 7 for 19 for 161 yards.
And fumbled twice on the goal line. What?
One touchdown, 2 interceptions.
Now you finna see a team that has to scout for, guess what? Bijan, Drake, Kyle, and a quarterback that's gonna drop back and move those goddamn chains.
And you know what? You know what, Jack? I think Kirk is gonna make the running game better because you have to be aware of the play action.
Yes.
You have to. So now, the minute you start putting 9 guys in the box, we're gonna go over the top of your head, and you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know.
Want me to piggyback off that before we get to a question for Eric here? A fan pointed it out earlier. You have an aging quarterback like Kirk Cousins coming off the injury. Maybe you do get your Joe Milton, Michael Penix if he's there, a guy. Maybe you keep your Ritter. There's going to be plays where we run it kind of like how the Saints did with Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
To get the pressure off of Kirk, some plays it's like, hey, bro, we're finna get a guy that can do some shit like this.
Yeah.
That Mohamed Sanu factor, what he can do playing quarterback and wide receiver was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we ran some plays that made it work. That tight end move that the Saints did with Taysom Hill and quarterback, how he runs it, I hate the Saints, but you got to look at it. When he's in the game, it's like, oh, God, he's going to pick up some yards.
You don't know you don't know what he's going to do. You really don't know what he's going to do. He could throw it. He could receive it. He could run it.
Doing that away from Derek Carr, who is their veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if the Falcons get a guy or keep Ritter to say, look, we can run this and this and make it work because we're trying to take some pressure off of Kirk. That's my question that goes to the preseason game. Do you let Kirk play preseason game week 1? Do you let him play week 2, week 3 preseason? Because this guy's coming off an Achilles and we want to see him play, but we know what Kirk Cousins is capable of. It's like, how much do we want to see him play in the preseason?
Well, you gotta I would say sparingly. If you do play him, it's week 3 only. If that, I mean, I could see the argument for both. On the one side, usually players that don't play in the preseason end up a little rusty the first couple of games. But I could certainly see you not playing him because, to your point, he is coming off of an Achilles, so it could go either way.
If you see this guy in day 2, if he is there day 2, Keon Coleman from Florida State. I don't think he's going to make it to day 2, but if some way randomly he's there, Falcons, you might want to make that move.
There's a jab at Keon Coleman. Didn't he run like a 4.67 or something?
You seen his Florida State tape?
I know.
This man could have ran a 5.3 for all I care. Did you see his Florida State tape?
Man, shut this shit up. But look, I know Keon Coleman is the truth, and he is a 2nd round pick at best. I will say that. So yeah, that's a fact. But yeah, I do. We need a second receiver. It's too many goddamn good teams in this league who done got 2 receivers and they tearing it up. Like the Eagles, Kansas City, they ain't got no receivers, but you know what they got.
Eagles just signed Barkley too.
Yeah, exactly.
They got that man.
They got that dude. I think it was unnecessary, but shit, they need a secondary. They dumb as hell. Anyway, 49ers got 2 receivers. Goddamn, I mean, everybody. There's so many teams. The Bengals had 3 receivers. Goddamn it, like Bucks had 2 receivers. All these teams got 2 receivers. We drafting a receiver at 8 wouldn't be out of the question. I saw somebody saying that Dave saying Odunze at 8. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
Eric, question for you. Was the Kirk Cousins move, you think, an Arthur Blank decision, a Raheem Morris decision, a Zach Robinson rewarding? Because obviously everybody's having these talks. This is not Raheem saying, oh, don't worry about it, guys. I'll take care of it in the morning. Everybody's at the table. We're all discussing this, just like how we do in the chat, like how we're doing tonight. Who do you think was more the favorite of the Kirk Cousins decision? Was it Blank?
I don't think Arthur Blank had nothing to do with this decision. I don't think Rich McKay had nothing to do with this decision. I believe this is the GM and the head coach decision, and they're trying to win now. This is the obvious decision to try to win now. It's not. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That shit right there. We trying to win now. This ain't trying to develop for the future, for longevity, or none of that. This is trying to win now.
Yeah.
And you as a GM, this is definitely Terry. You trying to keep your job. If you go draft a rookie after, like I said, you can't get 1, 2, or 3. So if you go draft a rookie after that, you putting your job in jeopardy.
Yeah.
You don't know what this season finna bring. Now you bring out another rookie and try to train him during the season, and he end up not catching on as fast. Not to say that he's gonna be a bust, but not catching on as fast. What do you say to your GM after another losing season, after trading up to go grab somebody and then lose and then have another losing season? Do you keep that GM?
Oh man,
that's real. That's real.
This is the decision that had to be made, regardless whether you like it or what you thinking. It had to be made.
Agreed.
Eric, we talked about this when I called you the other day. When the words that got me for the Kirk Cousins decision now, and I want Falcon fans to get into my shoes sometimes of how I look at the Falcons, how I think of the Falcons. Some of the news you hear, some of the events, the current events going on in the NFL, like how they talk in the boardrooms. I try to be that fly on the wall sometimes. And when you heard elite processor, I told Eric, how do you judge a rookie quarterback coming out of the draft that has never taken an NFL snap as an elite processor?
You don't.
It caught me so quickly, and it was like, well, that was a tough one because I want the rookie, and I'm all for it. Falcon fans, we're not playing the fanboy game up here. We wanted a quarterback, we got a quarterback, but we know that a quarterback that the Falcons got that they wanted, if they're happy about it, then we should be happy about it too. We can't knock that decision just yet because we haven't seen them play, and this could be the moment that we get over the hump. This could be the moment. I think fans, we can't fast forward the future. I keep saying that, but at this moment, people are upset because they didn't get their guy. But when you heard Zach Robinson say, "Elite processor wants the ball in his hands at the end of the game," those type of comments, it made you look toward a veteran quarterback. And now I see why Kirk Cousins here in Atlanta. If you look at elite processor, I mean, I can go over it again. 4,300 yards last season, or not the season before that, or 18-5 last year, touchdown to interception ratio, 30 touchdowns. I think the year before that's at 13. I don't think Kirk Cousins threw an interception. I don't think he's doing 15 interceptions in a season since he's been a quarterback. Let me see. Kirk Cousins hasn't had one single season where he's thrown for 15 interceptions. 5, 14, 7, 13, 6, 10, 13. This is all to interceptions. This is the touchdowns. 18, 29, 33, 35, 26, 30, 27. Falcon fans, we got a Matt Ryan, but his name is Kirk Cousins.
We have a younger version of Matt Ryan,
who is not on the decline of his.
Correct.
He's right now. 103.8 passer rating, 92.5 passer rating, 103.1 passer rating, 105.0 passer rating. Oh my gosh, Matt, hello. The Falcons value this pocket passing quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the building said, "Hey, look, we might need to go back to this pocket passing game just to make it work one time." Still bringing a guy underneath that. But don't forget about Phillip Rivers when he went to the Colts. He did end up taking the Colts to the AFC Championship game, I believe, did he not? Or the divisional playoff game when he was with the Colts. He had an 11-5 record with them when he joined over there. And people was like, Phillip Rivers, the hell is he doing with the Colts? So this might work out in a situation where Falcon fans, Kirk Cousins could be the guy to help take us over the hump. I'm not upset about it, but the decision has been made. Mateo, Angelica Williams, Sterling Woods here in the chat, Kerry, Justin Newman.
But if you're upset about it right about now, then that's just a personal problem. This shit's done.
There's no we can do.
Let's win some games.
Let's go win some games.
Now let's talk about how we can build this team. There's going to be some decisions being made where, okay, you paid Kirk. Now what's next? Well, what's next is going to find a wide receiver too. What's next is finding a cornerback too. Anybody just noticed that Okuda's no longer here?
Yeah, he was signed with the Texans, right?
So guess what? So guess what? You keeping you. Why would you let go of AJ now?
You wouldn't.
That's a move where it's like, AJ, we appreciate you. You know what's getting ready to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now we gotta get somebody besides you that can work with you. There's been talks of the Quentin Mitchell. I saw another mock the other day with Quentin Mitchell from Toledo, the cornerback. I don't see them going cornerback in round 1. I do see it on their draft board, just like the wide receivers. You're probably going to load up on a couple secondary too as well. Mm-hmm. But that pass rusher at 8 is a blessing right now. It's a Jared versus Dallas Turner making type of move. You're really loading there. And then you can look at the free agency. Well, the Falcons can load up. How can they help their offensive line? You can grab some more depth. Defensive wise, the Nate Landman signing, Devondre Campbell still available too. So I mean, a couple people you can look at and say the Falcons can put some pieces in place and make this look really good. But just remember how much money we just gave Kirk Cousins. Always watch that roster because you see the Charlie Morton deal, 3-year deal. He's probably on the roster for next season, so count him in year 53. But you're going to watch a lot of 1-year deal guys getting signed in the next couple hours, and you're going to wonder, why is he here? Why is he here? Well, he's fighting for a job. Mm-hmm. But Terry has done a great job. T. Will, you know this. Eric, you know this. Terry F. Baby, he's done a great job of signing these 1-year deals, and it has worked out for him. Mm-hmm. With Zoe Carter, Caden Ellis, some of these guys that has, taking the 1-year deal to the next level. Look at Nate Landman has done. Nate Landman could have hit the market and went anywhere else. Mm-hmm. He said, "Nah, you know what? I'll stay with Kirk for a season. Seeing that we're going to the playoffs." I know Falcon fans are excited too as well. I'm sure some of the players are looking like, this could be the guy to take us over the hump. Mm-hmm. So let's go do it. Cheryl Nowhere Gibbons said, time to get Dallas Turner at 8. Mm-hmm. Now the fans are moving to the draft.
Mm-hmm. She's spitting. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm with this now. Now to get a defensive player in the draft is like, thank you. But what do I think could happen with the Falcons this week? They're probably going to go sign a wide receiver too. I think I can see that happening. Terry, I know you do have some stuff to do too as well. Quick summary of tonight. Kirk Cousins is your new quarterback here in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. You've been, a diehard podcaster here with One Time for the Fan and a diehard fan of the Atlanta Falcons. We've talked about the quarterback issue a while with you on the air, off air. Now it's the time to give your final summary here, your first day of your new quarterback, and what's going on, in with your shout outs.
Hey man, shout out to the fans first and foremost. Without them, we wouldn't be here. Shout out to my little brother, Eric Parker. It was a joy and a privilege, and I can't wait to do it again. And damn it, you won that game on a technicality. Shout out to Bodie. Bodie,
you should have cut him off.
Hey man, whatever. You cheated. Anyway, Bodie, we're gonna ignore him. Shout out to you. Jack, hey man, shout out to you. As far as the Falcons are concerned, I'm excited about it. Guys, it's the first move. I'm excited to see what we do. I don't know. You could go receiver at 8. You could go defensive end at 8. I know we got to sign some receivers. I would probably have to draft some, but either way, I think what is most important is the quarterback was the most important step we needed to take, because without that quarterback, nothing else matters. You build a great team. You don't have a quarterback. That's like a Terminator without a brain. That's like a car without an engine. So we got the engine, Let's go, boys. Let's go. All right, so
it's going down in a major way. Terry, don't forget Wednesday, the Dixon Way. We are back talking Falcons football. I got another special guest. The Dixon Way is going to be here with us. T. Will is going to stop by and talk Falcons football. Am I right, T. Will?
Of course. Absolutely.
In a major way. Big shout out, Terry. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We got a couple more minutes here with E. Bodie's still here talking Falcons football with us. Ramel's in the chat talking shit. It's going down. 12, I'm on your ass in a couple minutes when I get in that chat. Just be careful because I'm about to tag you in a minute. Eric, I need a couple memes too as well. Ramel, we will not let this not be talked about. I got something for you. Last time we went meme for meme. It's going down now. It's going down. You said Jack and E need to trade hats. Jack head swollen in that 7.5 fitted. Goddamn, Ramel. That is tough. And it's fitted. It's fitted, man. We good. It's the new headphones, probably.
Swelling. You think you can throw 80 on a run? You drunk.
William Amy in the chat said we got to get a center and a right tackle. As much as you look at it, Caleb McGarry, fans have talked about he could be trade potential. Now with Kirk Cousins in that pocket passing role, what did they see with Kirk? Don't forget it's a new coaching staff. I know Jake's going to be good. I know Chris Lindstrom's going to be good. But you got to get some big bodies here who can protect the quarterback. That's why you go look now at some signings this week where it might not be your star wide receiver too. It might not be your star cornerback. It might be an offensive lineman who's like, bro, I've been a pocket passer. I'm pocket passing offensive lineman for years. Like, I know how to deal with these type of quarterbacks. So
but we had a top 5 offensive line last year. The quarterback just held a ball too long at times, which made it look bad. It wasn't the line. If you go look at the statistics on the line, we had a top 5 offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to. I mean, maybe we can look at the future for Jake sometime coming up, but I don't know if that's even this year.
Yeah.
We look this like the best offensive line we had in a minute. I don't think it was I think it was more so the quarterback than the offensive line.
Yeah. And to that situation, like you just mentioned there about, it being the quarterback, not the offensive line, Raheem even mentioned it. If that was the surprising part when Raheem said, well, if we would have had better quarterback play, I wouldn't even be here.
Oh, he ain't lying.
Did our coach just say that?
He ain't lying. Three more wins, we would not see Raheem. 2 more wins, we wouldn't have seen Raheem.
One sack, we probably would never saw Raheem. One sack away. You could have just brought Dobbs down or Murray down. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
One sack away from the playoffs. Just imagine that.
Yep. Oh, yeah. He wasn't lying.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It's going down in a major way. Eric Parker, our special guest, talking Falcons football with us. For those that do not know, when I first did this podcast, Eric, man, I want to say thank you to as well. You was the first guest on the podcast. I had that janky setup going on. You had to record, and I was like, I'll call you back, and had to do it over the phone on the microphone. It was just like, what the hell are we doing here? And then a couple years later now, when, One Time for the Fan came back and I revised this thing, I kind of bring it back to light. Now we see that, it's really what it is, man. The Falcon fans are enjoying this. This is like your 3rd or 4th time on the podcast. And you enjoy talking Falcons football. Your thoughts now, E, about with Kirk Cousins here going forward. They got to make some more pieces. They got to put some things in place. But just your thoughts, E, of how you're feeling as a fan, because you are a guy that you're not going to get upset that the Falcons made that move. You got your quarterbacks. You're going to respect the team. But people want to hear it from a guy like Eric Parker. What brings your positive moments? Like, what is your energy? How do you feed off what the Falcons do to be positive as a fan? Because they're going to look at E and say, Eric, how are you so happy about a 36-year-old quarterback coming off an Achilles injury? They want to hear it from you. Tell us what makes Eric Parker so a fan of this, not only the move with the Falcons, but the future of the
They want to win. This move is showing you right here that they want to win now. They didn't go say, okay, let me go develop somebody, and maybe in a couple of years we'll win. Let me go grab a suitable backup and go see if I can get somebody to get him right. And maybe in a year or two we can win. They went to grab the best possible quarterback available to win now. I mean, however you want to look at it, nobody's thinking that a rookie is going to come and just go win a Super Bowl or take you deep into the playoffs even. Nobody's thinking it. Now, I don't care which rookie it is, you giving them their rookie year. You're going to call it their rookie year. It's a learning curve. You're not giving that with Kirk. You're not looking for a learning curve with Kirk. You're looking for Kirk to come in and win now. So this tells me my team is paying attention and they know that we want to win. We want to win right now. And hell yeah, I'm excited about that. Let's fucking go.
Let's go, man. This is what's big about being a Falcon fan. You're hearing it from Eric Parker. We have another special guest, the Dixon Way, coming up on Wednesday. And then on Sunday, we have John Michaels, who used to be with 92.9. Now he's with 680 The Fan. Both stations do a great job covering the Falcons. When you go to training camp, for those that's never been there, Eric, you're always there. 680 The Fan is out there broadcasting. 92.9 is broadcasting. But during the break, these guys are talking to each other. There's no beef in this shit. These guys are journalists. They're Falcon fans. They want to win, right? So John Freaky, who was on with us a couple weeks ago, And we're gonna get John Freaky back on the podcast too as well. So big shout out to John. Not to have John Michaels from 680 The Fan on this Sunday. It's going to be a great show. So we get to hear it from fans, we get to hear it from journalists, we get to hear it from radio station announcers, people that cover the Falcons. But this is what it's about when it comes to One Time for the Fan. We are 14 subscribers away from 700. 14 subscribers away from 700. Big shout out to everybody who just subscribed in the past couple minutes too as well. The subscriber count is moving up. The views are moving up. The comments are going crazy. The chat is going crazy because what we do here on One Time for the Fan is we represent the Falcons in the best positive way we can because we don't play the game. I think people are forgetting that. We don't play the game. When I see players, it's like, big shout out to them. Eric, we talk about it all the time. Bro, Grady put his body on the line every single play for how many years? Babineau, Claiborne, all these players, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, these guys are really fighting every day to make sure Wayne Dwayne is happy as a fan. Mateo is happy as a fan. Lisa Shepard is happy as a fan. And we got to salute these players, right? So we don't bash players here on the channel. We respect the game. We respect the players. We respect the organization. These are business decisions that we do not control. But we will find out after they make the decisions how these players and these moves can help the Falcons. That's why I love talking Falcons football. That's why I would know, Eric, when you call me, we can talk for an hour about how this team could be better.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the losses and the failures.
Some got to come up to get me and Jack off the phone. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk football.
It's one thing to the other about Falcons. From Ritter to the coaching staff to Smith. And then the next week it's like Ritter's out the door, and then coach is out the door, and then this guy's out the door, and then next week now we're talking about Kirk Cousins. Now we're probably going to talk about who can Kirk throw to, who's the wide receiver to. Is Charlie Morton going to be involved? I mean, this is so cool, Falcon fans. Like, you have to have a good feeling about where this season could be going because we can't do nothing else about it right now. You're going to sit there in a stadium like this. No, man, I don't want to be here. No, man, I don't care. No, man, I don't want to be here. I mean, come on, man, Falcon fans. By the time the season starts with all the weapons and everything that's going to be happening when the schedule drops, they're probably going to get a couple primetime games. Don't forget, we play Minnesota in Minnesota this year. Don't be surprised if it's a primetime game, right? But I just love what we do here on One Time for the Fan. I'm sure the chat does love it. But yes, we are about 14 or 13 subscribers away from 700. So if you want to tag your Falcons friends or tag your Falcons family, if you're on Facebook and you want to head over to YouTube, dude, what you doing? JR, you're on Facebook. Head over to YouTube, JR. Head on over to YouTube. JR is a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. I'm talking about I'll be in New Orleans for the Falcons Saint gang. Look down my phone. JR calling. Hello? Where you at? I'm on Bourbon Street. All right, I'm about to pull up. I ain't seen this guy in like 10 years. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, JR Cummins, man. Yo, JR, head on over to YouTube. If you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're trying to get to 700, y'all. After that, 800, then 900, and 1,000. But we've all done this together. So big shout out to everybody here on the chat. Mattel said, whatever happened to Hennessy? Hennessy's fine. I mean, we drinking it. I prefer Grey Goose.
They had a shot a minute ago. What you
I prefer Grey Goose.
Shit.
I was on Tito's earlier. But yeah, I think he's talking about Matt Hennessy. Competition battles, you shouldn't see much on that offensive line this year because Bergeron already won his spot. Matthews is there. Dahlman is there. McGarry is there. It's that not McGarry. Lindstrom. It's really what was going to happen with McGarry. It's going to be a trade asset. Are they going to keep him? If they're going to keep him, your offensive line is fine. You're going to be battling for who your second and third guy is on your depth chart. That's the battle.
Shit.
Because your offensive line is going to be straight.
If Dahlman keep doing them damn high snaps.
Now, okay. You know what, Bodie? I'll throw this out there. Because of Kirk Cousins and the situation with Dahlman and the low snaps the past couple of years, we saw it with Mariota. We saw it with Ritter. We saw it with Heineke. Dahlman might have some competition. Because of a veteran quarterback behind you, and you do play the Raiders, so you're playing Christian Wilkins and Max Crosby. You might want to get some beef on that O-line every now and then. But Dahlman's job, yes, Bodie, because of those low snaps, something to look at. I mean, have you thought about Dahlman's situation?
I mean, there's something to look at. I mean, I think our line is fine as is, like we said, but I mean, that's something he got to work on. So if it's looking ugly this year, then we're gonna be looking somewhere else soon, for sure.
Hey,
Did we answer Lisa's question? They said Lisa. They said that he should be ready week 1, so we should be good there. He been out since October, and it's gonna be plenty of time for him to recover, so he'll be fine.
Falcon fans in the chat have also mentioned Drew Dahlman here as well. Bad protection. A couple of people have mentioned we should go look for a center with the veteran quarterback too as well. But Falcons are going to get cooking this week. Let Terry do his thing. Big shout out to everybody that's in the chat too as well. Dirty Fanatics United is in the chat. Mateo is in the chat too as well. Eric gave a great sermon not too long ago. Mateo said most fans just wanted Fields because he's from Georgia and he's mobile, but just as good as Ritter. Ritter can learn under a legit pocket passer, not ones that run around like Mariota. Justin Newman's in the chat with the one time. Don't forget hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. Raymond Collins is here in the chat. Raymond Collins, I got to message you back in a minute, so be looking for a PM for me after the podcast. Let's see. Emmanuel McFarland's here in the chat. He said, "What's happening one time?"
One time.
Late to the chat. It's always good to talk Falcons football with all the Falcon fans. JR said, "Do Pitts give up jersey number 8?" Pitts posted it on his Instagram, the Florida number. He was 84 on
84. Yeah.
And it's possible that he may go back to that. He did tweet it too as well. He's wearing the Pitts jersey. Eric is over there. So I know some people get upset because you spend your money.
I don't give a damn.
Changes the number.
I'm gonna still
just buy another one.
I don't give a damn.
I don't give a damn. I'll put the jacket on and you won't be able to see the name on the back. Somebody's gonna be 8.
I don't even damn call the throwback.
Anybody see the jersey swap? Anybody see anything because of Kirk?
Nah, I don't think. I think Pitts was just being funny. I don't think Kurt even decided what number he wanted yet, or if he's gonna keep 8. Man, I'm pretty sure if Kurt want 8, Pitts don't have a problem. I mean, Kurt got big money. Kurt,
exactly.
Kurt can pay for 8.
They was talking about the calling and the number swap and shit. He was being funny, I think. So.
Yeah. I don't think there was I don't think that neither one of them are hell bent on having 8 to the point where it's gonna cause some kind of confusion or some shit. I think either one of them would give up 8.
Yeah, I seen the players posting Kirk Cousins. Welcome to Atlanta post. The players seem to be fine with it. Kyle Pitts joking around with it now about being here. Should he give up the number? For fans, I saw Kirk Cousins Minnesota Vikings jerseys, same like you saw the Commanders jerseys. So just be prepared for the Falcons jerseys coming soon. We do know fans have already been asking, what is the number? What is the number going to be? Usually that news, Eric, comes out around about a month from now. They should say who the jersey number is going to be for the player. I remember when Jesse Bates got signed, we had to wait a minute to find out what the jersey number was, and people was like, I want to order it, but they didn't know because they was waiting for the official number. And then Bijan
know he is quick.
The number 7 with 2 and then all that type of stuff. So we're gonna find out soon.
We'll see.
What that jersey number will be. It ain't gonna be 99. I tell you that. It's going down in a major way. Telvin Phelps is in the chat. He said our line is not fine. Well, it's something to look at too as well. Telvin Phelps feels like the offensive line is not consistent enough to help with a Kirk Cousins. Well, then you might have to make some moves, Telvin. But that's a decision that the coaching
part
staff.
We got to worry about is the Dahlman part and maybe McGarity, maybe. But like Eric said, we had the quarterback just holding the ball, just looking like a damn deer in headlights. So it might. We'll see. They got to give it practice.
The processing that you're talking about, holding the ball like a deer in headlights. You got a guy like Kirk that knows his style of how he plays, versus a guy like Ritter that was trying to learn from Arthur Smith.
Ugh. God,
you feel what I'm saying? Kirk Cousins has been in the league long enough where he knows what works.
That shit pissed me off when you said that. Learn from Arthur Smith.
That's tough.
He teaching shit. He don't teach shit.
But Bodie, now that goes to why Russell Wilson is now with Pittsburgh. That makes Arthur Smith's job a little bit easier.
Yeah, because he ain't got to teach Russell shit. All he got to do is go tell him run the piss out the ball or whatever the fuck he be doing. I don't know. I'm just scarred. Don't mention Arthur Smith no goddamn more, okay?
DSUB House of Meantime, Mega saying, then Jack, you can be your quarterback standing behind her. Meg the Stallion, yeah. Shout out Tory Lanez. Jesus Christ. Vermel's coming here with the jokes. DSGB Hall's in here with the jokes. Eric, we need a bunch of memes tonight, bro. I'm going in the chat swinging. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm going in the chat swinging. Oh, you like that? Come here. You like that, DSGB Hall? Man, you like that? Hey, it's going down in a major way, man. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Eric, camp is coming up. It's going to be an exciting time for Falcon fans. We are getting ready to close the podcast off here in a minute, but just tell fans who hasn't been to training camp what they can expect when they do show up, because we're going to have you back on the podcast, of course, near training camp and around that time. But for fans that's excited now to go meet Kirk Cousins or some of these new players, they're going to try to wait until training camp, because that's the opportunity. It's going to be open to the public around July. But Eric, we're always there every year. But tell fans, what can they expect at training camp? What is the environment? What is the energy? What is the flow like?
You can expect that when you see Kirk Cousins run out onto the field, you can expect to hear me holler, Cuzzo!
Cuzzo, Kurtwood! Kurtwood!
Cuzzo!
Kirk, man.
But yeah, nah, bring your chair, bring your water. They got refreshments and food out there too. And dress light because it's hot. But it's always a good time. If you enjoy watching the team, you enjoy watching the team, and it's that environment. It's fans watching the team, having fun, eating. Don't get drunk the night before you come. Don't try to get drunk on the way. You don't want to be in the heat with no alcohol in you. But it's a good time. Show up, have fun, be loud.
Be loud, be proud to be a Falcon fan. Bodie 3000, I know you're gonna be ready at training camp, because we got to chop it up with a lot of people this year, not only from the chat, podcasters, Falcon fans, content creators, but we did a great job a couple years ago when we got a chance to speak with Dean Pease when he came over, and he saw that we was talking with the camera on, so he knew that we was asking him questions. So big shout out to Dean Pease. Thank you for answering our questions about how he felt about the team that year. But Bodie, where we are, Eric, where we are, we're right there on that front line of that training camp, man. We love to be right there at the bottom by that rope, because it's a really good view of not only seeing the players. You get the wide receiver drills, DB drills kind of in front of you. They run the ones right there in front of you. They run the sevens. But Bodie, when you went to training camp that year, I mean, the player even asked you for your jacket. Big shout out to D. Alford. Yeah. Bodie had one of the freshest Falcon jackets that D. Alford has ever seen, and he was going to actually pay for that jacket, Bodie. I don't know why Bodie didn't say, "Oh shit, man, you can have it for free, bro. You can have it for free." But no, Bodie didn't want to give up the jacket. But that's the type of vibes you get at training camp. Bodie, what are you expecting this year at training camp, man?
You had a jacket on?
He had a windbreaker. It was a Falcon windbreaker. It was a rainy day. Like it was when
it was one of them days.
I take the rain before the heat. You
shit.
I feel it. And plus I was trying to be fresh that day. I was just trying to be different. It was a Falcons jacket. It was dope. But anyway, I mean, training camp is a whole vibe, man. Like, you get to see everybody out there. You get to see all the players. They interact with you. It's dope, man. I had fun. Was that my first training camp really attending like that? Because it's just dope, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun and a lot of experience. The experience itself is just something every year, like you just look forward to. I know I do now. Bro, me going, I'm be going every year now, so it's gonna be dope.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Well, we speak about training camp because this is gonna be so cool here. Falcon fans, been chatting it up with Big Country. Big shout out to Country, Smitty, all the content creators. Right, there's so many I can't name, but out of your Falcons mind, Berto, everybody. But I've been chopping it up with Big Low Country. And we've been planning something big for training camp this year because I know there's going to be fans coming in for that first day for training camp. So when the dates get announced, I've kind of figured I know what it's going to be. It's going to be that last weekend in July because Rolling Loud last year, Bodie, was July 20. It was 19th, 20th, and 21st. When we got back from Rolling Loud, training camp was that weekend, which was the 25th, 26th, 27th. So I'm guessing it's going to be around that weekend too for the open to the public. But once the dates get announced, me and Big Low Country have been working on something fanatic for Falcon fans. And we want everybody to be involved. It's going to be great. Mike, Might even play a little football too. For Falcon fans that want to hang out and have a good time. But I guarantee you that weekend of training camp, one time for the fan, Bigelow Country Sports, we're planning something super cool for Falcon fans is going to be heading to training camp. This has been great talking Falcons football with you. For those that follow you on social media, for those that know who Eric Parker is, for those that do not know who Eric Parker is, where can we find you on social media? Where can we find you anytime we need to chat with Eric Parker? Because you say a lot that Falcons respect. You're a positive Falcon fan in the Falcons community, and people need to hear more positivity from you because you have the attitude of where we're going to win. You don't put on your jersey and go down to the stadium to say we're going to lose. Your quote last year, we do not practice to lose, is always on a t-shirt for us. Yeah. But Eric, where can we find you on social media, man? And just your final thoughts for Falcon fans here and your shout outs.
Mostly I'm on Facebook. I mean, I'm on. I don't know my Twitter name or IG name off the top of my head. But mostly I'm on Facebook anyway. I'm old, so look for Eric Parker on Facebook. But and what was the second part of the question?
Oh, just your shout outs, final thoughts for the night.
Oh, shout out one time for the fans. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to Cuzzo. And let's get it. I can't wait to the season, man. Can't wait to get out there to training camp. Yeah, there we go. Look for the profile picture. But yeah, I can't wait, man. I'm excited. I think it was a great move, and I'm lit. I can't wait to see it in action.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for Mr. Eric Parker. Eric, we do thank you for being on the podcast tonight, sir. And get ready to go back into the chat because it's war as soon as we get back in there.
All right, one time.
Already, man. Guys up. Eric Parker, Falcon fans here talking Falcons football with us. Man, Bodie, I tell you, we did it again.
Man, we always do it, don't we?
We did it again.
Man, what, 2 years of this?
Yes.
Crazy,
almost
man.
A year and a half or so. Yeah, about going on 2 years.
Year and a half, going on 2 years. Yeah. Crazy. Man, it's a great day.
Forgot to mention the most important part of our training camp. Walking up that hill at a slant because it's a it's a hill.
Yeah, because you ain't no way you can walk straight up. Yeah, you gotta be slanted. Yeah, it's gonna be something.
Y'all be careful on that hill, don't fall. What we do is you can grab your stuff walking to the hill, but what we normally do is go get our spot first and put everything down and then walk back up, grab our stuff, come back down, and then we don't move to the end of the event, to the end of the training camp. Because if you wait and grab your stuff when you walk in, somebody might take your spot on that front row. So we usually put our stuff down. And at this point now, Bodie, I think you've seen it. Fans kind of know, that's what Eric and Jack and that's what Mario, that's where they all sit. Cause we a little bougie out there. We got the umbrellas, man. It's hot.
And y'all get there like 4 a.m.
I mean, we're not Jeff Wolf, but yeah, Jeff Wolf did get there at 2 a.m. I got that call that one time. I looked down and said, "Why is Jeff Wolf texting me at 3 a.m? Let me open the message and try to see if he didn't look." I look and I see Jeff Wolf. He's standing outside the training camp at 3 something in the morning, and I said, "Jeff Wolf, why are you at the training camp this time of the night?" I didn't even wait for the response. I quickly called Flowery Branch Police, and that's where the fallout between me and Jeff started. But no, Jeff, he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. But it's good to have that training camp feeling. Big shout out to BATL. Big shout out to BATL too as well. We'd love to get her on the podcast. I believe Country Mission, she's doing her podcast thing too as well. I got to check it out. It's great to have content creators who love to be a part of this community, to love to talk Falcons football because we all want to win. I know BATL, everybody in this chat here wants to win. I keep saying it, and we're going to continue to say it. So invite your friends, invite your family to come talk Falcons football with us because we're going to continue remaining positive about this team and about the direction of the Atlanta Falcons. Jeremiah Weems is in the chat too as well. Raymond Collins is here in the chat. He said, "I'm coming up there to holla." That's my first cousin.
First cousin. Everybody's Atlanta's first cousin now. It's beautiful.
Manuel McFarland, can't wait to see everyone. Lisa Shepard, I love going to training camp. Telvin Phelps, what time do y'all pull up? Real talk at training camp? Shit, boy. Should I be real? Go look at the Falcons video from last year. We are usually in the front of the line.
Front of the line.
The first group of people.
What time do you pull up?
I pull up. So if the camp starts at 9, because I'm out there chatting up with fans and we chilling, I might be out there. Shit, I try to beat Eric there. I might text Eric like 6. Like, bro, you up there? He might be like, yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away. Like, fuck, I'm late. So yeah, I might pull up there between 6 and 6:30, and people's already out there. Big shout out to Michael Macano, I think it is. I can't remember his last name. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, but Michael's always out there. Scott Slack, big shout out to Scott Slack. He's usually out there. Joe Allen, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. Joe Allen's usually out there too as well. Demario Scott, you guys know Demario. Demario is always out there too as well. So yeah, we get out there between like 6 and 7. Now, when they have the last training camp before school starts, is the crazy one, because that's when you get out there on that Saturday and the line is like through down the street.
That's because everybody bring their kids before school start.
Yeah, that's the crazy one. So be prepared for that Saturday before that school starts, because Flowery Branch, Gwinnett County goes back kind of different than everybody else in the county around the city. So you will see that when training camp starts on a Tuesday, Wednesday, kids are in school. So we sit out there just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Anybody out there really, it's easier to get autographs. But when they do that Saturday, oh my God, boy, just be prepared for those kids to push you down over that rope that security's trying to hold. If you have your stuff against the front row, they're gonna knock it. They're gonna kick it around, because when the players come over to get the autographs, it's no holds barred. Everybody's going crazy for autographs. Your Kyle Pitts might run down to that end. Grady's on that end. Kurt is coming to the middle. Raheem might go over there. It depends on what group they send. And then of course, fans like us, we might call players too. Like you saw how it was, Bodie. We might be like, yo, Ritter, yo. And they might come over there because they're going to be on the field. But yes, training camp is a great time to get autographs. It's a great time to talk to the players, to meet the players. Bring your kids, because the kids get it. The kids get the autographs first. I'm telling you right now. You can. Here's my baby. You sign him on the forehead for me. There you go.
Yeah. Even if the kids don't want it, then just tell them, hey, sign it.
I done seen somebody throw a baby. I said, hey, catch this baby. Just let him sign it.
Shit.
Okay.
Kids want to go watch Coco Melon.
On that Saturday, ain't no more Coco Melon. But on that hill, fans are having a good time. I told you that's the time. That's where I met the Dixon Way. He was doing his podcast right behind me. I turned around. Podcasting right now? He's live? Okay. Let's chop it up. But for Falcon fans, we like enjoying these type of moments in the offseason. Being around Falcons friends, being around Falcons family. And I have to say, when this schedule drops in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a lot of fans, Bodie, that wants to go to Minnesota to see Kirk Cousins beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
And you might get there on a Friday morning. And you might hit up Jack Spade and say, yo, where you at? What are you doing right now? And I'm going to tell you, well, I'm doing some Rise Up Tour shit right now. Like, we're touring right now. Rise Up Tour is a chaptered fan group. Just like how you see all those other fan groups out there in the NFL that's out there making noise. You probably got, Chiefs Kingdom. That's one of them. You have that Bang Bang Niner Gang. That's another group. We have the Rise Up Tour here in Atlanta. Me and my good friend Thomas Scott started it back in 2017. It was random. I sold him a ticket to a game, and 10 minutes later, he calls me back and says, do you want to throw a party? And I'm like, bro, I don't even know your name. And sure enough, 6 years later, we have over 1,300 people in our group. We travel to all the away games. We throw parties. We throw events at all these away games. People seen what we did in New Orleans. I'm sure you've probably been to Razoo's. That's us. The rooftop party last year in Nashville. That's us. The LA party at the Corner Bar in Hawthorne. That's us. A lot of Rise Up Tour members in the chat. Like I said, we have over 1,200 people in our group. We have a paid membership side. We're on our second year. A lot of people in the chat here is going to Vegas too as well. And we have a lot of events already scheduled. But what we do here with the Rise Up Tour is big, because we want to provide an experience for Falcon fans to come out and say, not only did we watch the Falcons beat the Vikings, but we went to a crazy ass party Saturday night. We went to a crazy ass event Friday night, and it's all fan operated. This is from the fans. This is a fan opportunity. Bodie, where you at? You over here? Bodie, you've been there. You saw New Orleans.
Yeah.
We don't play about these places. When you guys seen the videos with Pastor Troy performing on the road and shit, that's with the tour. You guys went to Arizona last year. You saw what we did in Arizona at Carousels. You saw what we do with the Marriott. Like, we do the host hotels and shit. Like, we are real deal diehard Atlanta Falcon fans. I met Mateo in Nashville last year. Mateo called me like, yo, how's the parking? I said, parking's expensive. It's going to be like 20, 30. I can't do nothing about it. This is downtown Nashville, but we're on the rooftop though. Me and Mateo took the pic. Nissan Stadium behind us. Funny story about that too as well. Before I get up out of here, 1 a.m, we found that location in Nashville. Me, Country, and Michael Nellums. Big shout out to Big Low Country Sports. He's one of the admins in the Rise Up Tour. But yeah, we found that location at 1 a.m. We made the flyer. We posted the flyer Saturday morning, and we had over 400 Falcon fans at the party. Rooftop free. Oh, did I mention it was free? Wait a minute. Did I mention it was free?
Oh.
Come on, man. New Orleans was free. Arizona was free. We're trying to make Vegas free this year, but I'm telling you, it doesn't. You can't walk in Vegas for free.
No.
So when I tell you that we're trying our best to make sure Vegas is going to be free, you cannot walk. Buddy, I can tell you the amount of places that hung up the phone on me when it was like, yeah, we're bringing like 300-400 fans. Okay, so how much you guys going to put down? Let me show you how we do this.
Hey, I'm telling you.
But yeah, y'all, we're going to different cities. Y'all come join the Rise Up Tour. We love it, man. But Vegas, Denver, Minnesota, Washington, New Orleans, Carolina, and Tampa. Bus trips, Amtrak train trips. You know, we did the Amtrak train trip last year to New Orleans. Of course, we have a cruise coming up in the summer. We have over 100 Falcon fans on the cruise. We have 85 rooms booked right now on the cruise. Right? So, big shout out to the Rise Up Tour. We want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the Rise Up Tour. And any questions, any information you guys got, let me know. I'm always here to help. But we can always look out for fans in many ways. But there's a lot of tour members here in the chat too as well. The Sun and Fun Cruise, or Fun and Sun Cruise. That's what it is. The Sun and Fun Cruise. Big shout out to Thomas Scott, man. They put that together. Admin team too as well. We have an admin team of over 10 people. It's about 16 of us on the whole team squad now. Because everybody does a good job of making sure we all have a good time on the road. Motor 3000, this has been great tonight, talking Falcons football with you. Kirk Cousins, Kirk Frost, Kirk Cobain, Kirk Comain, Kirk Lana, Kirk Wood, look Kirk Cuzzo. How you feel about this now? It's settling in. You're gonna go probably, watch some sports or look at some sports news or enjoy your rest of the night. But how are you feeling? Your final thoughts on Kirk Cousins now here in Atlanta, and how you moving as a Falcon fan going forward? Captain
Kirkhoff. There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, man. For those in doubt, man, just go YouTube his highlights. I mean, like I said, top of the show, he can make every throw. He can make any and every throw. Sideline to the middle of the field, all over the place. He's pocket aware. He senses the pressure. He's an elite processor. He definitely is an elite processor. You got to be to throw for 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns damn near every year. So, I mean, it's just great. And it doesn't put us in cap hell if we, we get 2 or 3 good years. And if we got to get from under the deal, then we're able to without a big old cap hit. And, it shouldn't be as bad because the cap's going to keep expanding every year anyway. So, man, it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's just the fact that we can pretty much say that, we're definitely the best team in our division. We were Vegas odds had us winning the division before we
Without
signed
Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we signed him, we're overwhelmingly the favorite to win the division. We just now we got the offense is set. Well, just about set, but mostly for the most part set. We get the defense, a couple tweaks on the defense, and we right back in this thing. So free agency's not over. This was a great first day. I mean, it's a beautiful start. So let's see what's good. I'm excited. We got a quarterback.
Falcon fans, thank y'all. I got a text. Somebody said, tell them the London story. I got a bunch of Rise Up Tour stories for y'all, but the London one quickly. We found the location the Thursday, and London is a place where you just can't walk and just get to where you have to get to. You have to get on the train to get on the train to get on the train. Yeah. We found the location on a Thursday. We threw the party on the Saturday. We had over 300 people in London at our party. So, yeah, it's funny, man. We'll talk about the Rise Up Tour later. But, Bodie, you are correct when it comes to this Kirk Cousins situation. And now, as a fan, I can look at it to say, all right, the Falcons got their quarterback. All right, let's go try to find a way to win. Yeah. I'm going to make sure here on One Time for the Fan, when you tune in, we're going to find ways to win with Kirk Cousins.
There you go.
We're going to find ways to win with Drake London. We're going to find ways to win with Kyle Pitts. Bodie, you guys been here a while. Bodie can tell you. The professor is going to tell you how the Falcons can win. Bodie, we predicted with Desmond Ridder last season that he was going to win damn near every game on our score prediction.
Literally every game.
Literally every game. We could not go into a game and say, oh, this team, we'll beat them by 30. But this year, we're going to open that up to say, hey, we got to be more realistic. We're not going to do the score predictions this year. We're just going to give our takes, giveaways, because let the team go be the team, man. But we're going to talk about it on our end. We love chatting it up with all the fans. Sonia Norwood said London was the best. I remember walking in the spot. Where everybody at? Yo, Sonia Norwood, what's up, Sonia? Sonia was in there. That was in London. And that was we went to watch the Georgia game. Go Dogs. But Falcon fans, just want to say thank you all for being here on the podcast. Big shout out to everybody. Make sure you guys come back Wednesday night, Bodie. Wednesday night, Bodie. We have the Dixon Way joining us on the podcast. Most of y'all have seen the Dixon Way raid the chat. He has a nice following too over there. He talks Falcons football and Hawks. So if you have any Hawks questions, he does live streams of the Hawks games.
I believe Braves too. Right?
And I believe Braves too as well. Matter of fact, it was kind of difficult to get him on the podcast because of the Hawks streams going on the same time as our streams.
Straight up.
And it was like, whoa. We're competing against the Dixon Way and the Hawks. I'm just playing. But yeah, the Dixon Way, he's a great content creator. He's also a good Falcon fan to know. And he will be at training camp too as well. So some of these people you see on the podcast, go up and talk Falcons football with them when you see them at training camp or on the road or, at home games, man. They are really diehard Falcon fans. And then Friday morning, we have our breakfast with One Time for the Fan. I'm setting up a special guest for that too as well. That's going to be exciting. And then Sunday, we're back with another podcast. And Bodie, I need you here. We have John Michaels from 680 The Fan. Once again, Falcon fans here in the chat. For those that's listening, you guys know we've brought Myles Garrett from Fox 5, executive producer here, multiple times. Matter of fact, Myles Garrett holds the award for most appearances on One Time for the Fan. Matter of fact, Bodie, he's been here more than Kiki on One Time for the Fan. Big shout out to Kiki too as well. She is One Time for the Fan. She's just enjoying her off season. But we brought John Freaky here too as well from 92.9. Right?
Yeah.
Now, next week Sunday, we have a guy that you've listened to a while now in Atlanta. He's a diehard Miami Hurricanes fan. Hopefully we don't talk about the Hurricanes. Go down. I'm sure he's probably listening. That's a quick jab to you, John. Go Dogs. But as you can see right here, host 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday on 680 The Fan. John Michaels will be joining us Sunday night talking Falcons football. And as you can see from John's page right now, he's talking with Mark Zeno. He's talking with, you just retweeted Adam Scheffner. Of course, the deal. As you see, he said way more than what I would have paid for a quarterback, but this is what happens when you have no succession plan for Matt Ryan leaving. Same things we've been talking about here on the channel about going to go get a pocket passer and how they value Matt Ryan. You see him right here. Falcons have their QB now. Time to add an edge rusher and some wide receiver depth, but they should be the favorite in the NFC. Sorry, John, I forgot to like that. Forgot to repost that. So Falcon fans, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. It's going down in a major way. We're bringing the special guests. We're making sure you guys are energized this offseason. We're doing the giveaways. Once the set of the giveaways, the first set, everybody gets their stuff, we can do another set of giveaways. I have 8 giveaways right now going through the timeline, and I have to do a couple more for the Rise Up tour. So once those people get their gift, which will be going to them in a matter of days, they should be receiving everything. Then we can go ahead and do our next set of giveaways. And we want to give away some jerseys. We want to give away some game tickets, Bodie. Bodie, what other giveaways should we do? Should we give away your barber's number?
Hey, my barber's good. No, don't want your barber's number. They gonna get that zigzag. Gonna be a high right, low left.
He said high right, low left. Not the Blade Brown.
Sheesh.
But yeah, it's going down in a major way. We got a lot of giveaways to get to you all. We want everybody to be excited. But we thank you all for being here in the chat. Once again, shout out to everybody. One time for the fan. Bodie.
Yes, sir.
Holla at you.